Body tells me my work is not done, but what we learn to understand, we can overcome. My daddy died young and I be missing him. People, I don't want you to be too late. I done married 2 brothers and I be missing them. Cause we can turn it around before it's They say it's what some disease in our blood did to them. Don't wanna run out of time. But diabetes ain't no match for discipline.
Alright, so part 3. Part 3 is about my closest brother, Kenny. Hell, we grew up together, man. My brother is 2 years younger than me. And when he was born, or when my mama was pregnant with him, she she had learned about, I guess, jealous babies suffocating their younger siblings from being jealous of them or something like that. So before he got here, she told me that he was my baby. And so when this dude came into the world, he was my baby. And I've been looking out for him since I was 2. And there's lots of stories about, like, me basically being a toddler and fighting people, like, let go of my baby. I don't want people to hold my baby and that kind of stuff. But we're brothers, man, and we grew up together. We had sibling rivalries, play basketball, cuss each other out, all that stuff. But he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, which had killed our father when I was 15 and he was 13. And my other siblings were, I want to say, maybe 7 and 2 and 1 and 10, or something like that. And so him getting that diagnosis was, one of the scariest things that probably ever happened to us. And I think it was something that sat with him. And as you notice, unfortunately, I'm talking about him in the past tense. And yeah, man, when I first started writing this song, part of the thing that I was doing was I was hoping to inspire him. He never got to hear the song. In fact, the song, I finished it right before he passed. And I had to change that last verse to include the fact that he had passed. And you'll hear in the hook, I talk about my baby brother. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about my youngest brother, who passed away 5 days after his 21st birthday in a car accident. And I do mention that in the first verse. And so this song was largely came out of this conversation with my wife. She was listening to a conversation with me and my last remaining brother, where we were just talking about sort of the dietary decisions that we had made and the conclusions that we came to. And it's crazy because we're separated by thousands of miles, grew up in different households, and still came to a lot of the same conclusions. And my wife was like, at the end of the day, if you take something like religion aside, isn't that where dietary laws come from? You got a tribe of people who are genetically connected, who basically decide, we're going to keep a record of what keeps us good and a record of what keeps us bad. And, our progeny can follow that record and be well. And so that's kind of where this song originated. And I never did get to share it with my brother. And I wish I did, you know what I mean? I even lost I lost a friend and an uncle to type 2 diabetes, which is crazy because I wanted to share the song with them, especially with like type 2 diabetes is something that and I do empathize with people who struggle with that. In the case of type 1, you don't have no choice. It just kind of lands on you. It's in your blood. Type 2 is something that you can literally live without through straight up discipline. And so I was hoping to share the song with, my Uncle Lee, Pastor Bell, and I never finished. And so, yeah, man, I'm just hoping that, I'm hoping that these words, I'm hoping that, something about this song sits with people and lets them know that, like, we got power, man. Like, and it's not just something like diabetes. Like, these clinical trials, I think I'm going to write more volumes, depending on the resources, depending on whether I can meet and talk with people. I recently buried a close sister of mine from cancer, and, just, we do have power, y'all. We got power over doing the things that keep us well, eating the things that keep us well, staying away from the things that don't, and so, that's kind of where all of this is coming from. But yeah, part 3 is about me losing my brother. It's about me and my last remaining brother doing what we got to do. It's about, looking towards the future. My siblings, I don't have no kids, but my siblings got kids, and, trying to leave a record that can help them possibly, have agency around this, what would be a family curse, but maybe it's not a family curse. So, I think it's probably more to do with just not understanding our family genetics and the ways in which, we can be really strong or really weak based on our lifestyle choices. So, yeah, man, this is definitely an offering of love, and I do hope that somebody out there benefits from it, and I'm happy to have more conversations with people who know more than I do, or people who are on similar journeys. And let's just stop looking at shit like it's like, oh, my family is cursed. Everybody in my family got this, or everybody in my family got that. Some of this stuff is just, we don't understand it, but the more that we do understand, the better that we will be. But, it does come down to just the will, the will to understand, the will to be better, the will to do what it takes, the will to, and I promise you, man, like, I eat good. Like, I done got so good in the kitchen. Like, the stuff I eat is delicious. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about like, oh, I gotta, live this austere life or something like that. Nah, man, but you've been gifted with a body and machinery and, stuff that, that can house you while you're here on this planet having your other experiences, and doing that with balance and doing that with knowledge is, it'll just help you to have a better life, a better quality of life, and those who love you, man. A lot of this, like, I'm a person who loves people that are in the ground now. People, none of them had to be there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's that. Reach out to me if this touched you in any kind of way, or like I said, I want to get wiser. So if there's something out there that you think can help me or help somebody else who might be, watching this or listening to this song, let me know.
See, I always took things real literal. You always heard rappers talking about being in the lab writing, dropping science. I think my work is what my predecessors always intended.